So you've opened up Blender for the first time to start learning sculpting, and you're faced with this vast list of brushes with no idea what any of them do or which brush to use for the job. Well, if I'm honest, there's only around 5 brushes that I use on any single project, and I think if you master these 5 brushes, you can sculpt pretty much anything. Now, of course, this is just my opinion, and if you agree or disagree, share your tips in the comments below. Now, to kick this off, we're going to start with the grab brush. And now this one is nice and easy. You can just hit G for the grab tool, and as the name implies, this literally just lets you grab and shape up your object to your liking. And you can use this for pretty much 70 to 80% of the time, I'd say, whether that's blocking out the sculpt, making these large adjustments, adjusting that cursor size down to make some finer movements and adjustments. And it's going to be that go-to brush for shaping up your sculpt as you go along. And next up, let's talk about the Draw Sharp brush. Now, I don't know what the shortcut is for this. I've just got mine set to 2 on the keyboard. So I hit 2 and you can see down here, this is the Draw Sharp brush. And what this lets you do is simply draw onto your mesh in very sharp lines. Now, I like to exaggerate this effect even more by changing the fall off on my brush to sharper. Now, this is going to give me a really nice fine edge to add details to my character, whether that's refining edges and areas, adding those little details, adding little wrinkles, carving out holes, and making those adjustments where I need. And one key place I use this a lot is for defining the initial seam of the lips. So if I just erase my character lips here as a quick example, let me just get rid of those. I'm using the smooth brush for this. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's take this as an example. If I was going to sculpt a pair of lips here, I'd start by defining that initial seam with the Draw Sharp brush. And then perhaps I'll also invert this with Control, and I'd start just defining some lips, around the outside. And of course, this does need a lot more refining, but the Draw Sharp tool is what I typically use to get started. And now this nicely brings us on to the next brush we're going to be talking about, which is the Crease brush. Now the shortcut for this is Shift C, and you can see that is down here, the Crease polish brush. And as the name sort of implies here, it's for polishing or refining those really fine edges that you need. And I typically use this especially when I'm defining the lips here. It's going to give me a nice better seam to my lips, so I'll typically do the seam of the lip with the Draw Sharp tool, and then I'll use the Crease polish brush to come and refine this up, perhaps invert the brush to start refining the lips even more. And of course you can use this for lots of other things too, but for the most part it's typically just refining little edges like this as you go around your character. So that is the Crease brush. Next up, let's talk about the Inflate brush. Now I'm referencing this tool here as well because it's something that I use all the time on character lips. Noting this isn't specifically a character lip tutorial, it's just a good example that I'm using in this video. But the shortcut for the Inflate brush then is I. So you can hit I on the keyboard and you can see the icon down here. And typically I'll use this to help close up these little tiny seam regions like this, because it doesn't really matter how much you try to use the Crease brush on this, it's never going to fully close up. And that's where the Inflate brush comes into play. And if I just nice and lightly hit this with the Inflate brush, you can see how that is going to nicely close up the seam of the lip there. And of course it is generally going to inflate regions as well, so if you wanted to have nice plump lips, you can just nice and lightly hit the lips with the Inflate brush, and it's also going to work in any other region. If I want to make the nose a little larger, I can nice and lightly inflate that. If I want stronger brows, I can nice and lightly inflate the brows. Next up, let's talk about the Scrape brush. This is another one that I don't actually know the proper shortcut, but I've got my shortcut set to 1 just because I use it all of the time. And this is a tool I use to go in and really, polish off my sculpts. So for example, on my cheekbones here, I can scrape these edges with the Scrape brush. And I think, for the most part, this is how you see people get those really nice smooth planes on a sculpt. You'd come in, scrape things down, you can get a nice stylized finish with this, and you can do, I'm sure you can imagine, you can do lots with this, but for the most part for me, it's literally just coming in and refining edges again, almost like the Crease brush, but I find by coming in and scraping these planes, I get an even smoother finish than I would if I was just trying to refine these edges with the crease brush. But that brings me on then to a final little honorable mention, and the reason I haven't really called this a top 6, I've just called it a top 5, is because I don't really select this last brush very often. It's a quick access brush called the smooth brush, and you can access this at any time by holding shift, and typically what you'll do is perform an action like refining the cheekbone with the draw sharp tool, and then you'll hold shift to start smoothing this over, and then perhaps you'll refine it even more and then smooth over your results with the smooth brush. But you can also select the smooth brush by hitting S on your keyboard, and you can see the icon for that is down here. But the only time I really tend to manually select the smooth brush is if I'm finding the strength of the brush to be a little bit strong, so I might have to select it manually and then come into the strength and make some adjustments there. But if you are using a graphics tablet, you know, something with pressure sensitivity, it's not often you really need to do that, so I tend to keep my strength on 0.5 and then just hold shift at any time that I need to smooth over my results and just smooth them over to my liking. Those are the 5 kind of 6 brushes that I think if you master, you can sculpt pretty much anything. But of course, if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below and let's turn this into a discussion. And hey, if you enjoyed these sort of more discussion type tutorials where I just give you a quick little deep dive into some tools, let me know and perhaps I can do some more. But other than that, my name's Keelan, have a beautiful day and I'll see you in the next one.